Hi everybody, my name is Danielle Nicole and welcome to Monetary Makeup. Today I have a brand new release from none other than Beauty Blender. So this is called the Beauty Blender Bounce Bronzer Highlighter Duo. Now I picked up the fairest shade, which is called Light, and the two individual shades are called Pearl and Buff. I'm really excited to see how this product performs on my oily dehydrated 30+ acne prone skin, because this little product is supposed to have a pH balanced product to change directly to your skin tone. Now I'm not sure if the pH will actually change shades or not, so let's find out. So if you're excited to get started and enjoy the video while you're watching, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and let's get started right now. So let's first go over a couple of quick details about this new product. Now, as of right now, I've only been able to find this product directly on the Beauty Blender website, which I will of course link down below for you guys. I am hoping it eventually comes to Sephora. So this product retails for $32 US, and you get 14 grams of the bronzer and 4.5 grams of the highlighter. On the back of the packaging, that bird comes back every single time I decide to record. On the back of the box it reads, "Experience the pro artist look without the effort from this clean, super blendable combo of a breakthrough pH adjusting matte bronzer and buildable bouncy gel cream highlighter. Apply bronzer on any areas you want to define, then dab highlighter to the high points of the face. Blend out with a damp beauty blender for a flawless finish." So this is supposed to have buildable coverage and brighten and also hydrate. And it is PETA approved as vegan. So I first discovered this product from Rebecca, and her channel name is Not Fit for Print Beauty. I will link her channel down below. She is absolutely amazing and hilarious. Now she reviewed this product about a month ago. So I directly went to the Sephora website, where I believe is where she purchased it. Now for whatever reason, this product was only available for maybe an hour, if that. And then all of a sudden, this product was nowhere to be found. Not on Sephora, not on Beauty Blender, just poof, gone. So I was having a really difficult time finding it, and then all of a sudden, a month later, poof, it appears again on the Beauty Blender website. So I have no idea if it accidentally got leaked on the Sephora website ahead of time, but as of right now, at the time of filming this video, it can be purchased on the Beauty Blender website. So when you open the product up, it actually is in a very cute packaging. So it is a screw style cap for the bronzer. And then the highlighter can remain separate, or you can pop it back onto the bronzer. And the highlighter has a pop open cap with a mirror on the top. So here's what the shade Light looks like in the pan. So as far as the initial swatch, it is a very light and thin formula, almost reminiscent of the Mario Skin Enhancer. Before I swatch the highlighter, look how cute this little imprint is. It has a Beauty Blender right on the inside. Now the highlighter almost feels like a putty, so it definitely is not the same formula as the bronzer. So I'm a little bit nervous about the bronzer shade. It does appear to be pretty warm and almost orange leaning. So we will see if the pH balance really does anything on my fair to light cool undertone. And as far as the highlighter goes, it does appear to be a great shade, and it does have pretty good shine to it. So let's first get started with the bronzer. Wayne Goss number 2. So this seems to pick up much more product than the Mario Skin Enhancer. It does have a very thin formula in comparison, but I'd imagine this has more pigment. So I am going to go in with a light hand just to get started. I'm really hoping this bronzer ends up being a good shade match and adjust to my skin tone. But as of right now, it does look pretty orange. Now the only thing I have on my skin right now is the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm Powder, nothing else. I don't know, you guys. I'm feeling Oompa Loompa coming on. Now I do have a lantern directly above my head, just a few inches. So if you see any light reflecting in this area, that is why. Now as far as the formula goes, it blends very nicely. As I mentioned earlier, it does have a quite thin texture, but I do find it has just the right amount of pigment, not too much, not too little, but the shade is definitely a little orange. All right, let's move on to the cheekbones, same brush. Now I could of course use a beauty blender, which I don't have, but I do of course have a sponge, but I do find this brush is working just fine. Yeah, this is going to be a formula that I actually prefer a brush with, which is pretty unusual for me. You guys know I love my damp sponges, especially for cream products, but I quite enjoy how the brush is applying this product on the skin. I am going to build this up a little bit more than I typically would wear, just because the camera doesn't always pick up as much pigment that's actually there. And I'll clean that up with a little bit of concealer if I go down too far, so don't you worry. It did actually warm up the skin quite nicely, and once the shade is blended out, it's not too bad, but it's definitely too warm for my liking. I'm really curious to see if the pH is going to adjust the shade to my cool undertone, or if that's just smoke and mirrors. You know, the nice thing about this formula is it is not picking up any of my foundation underneath like some bronzers can do. Now I'm not contouring because this shade is quite warm, so I wouldn't be able to get that cool gray contour effect, but I did just want to warm up the nose just a little bit. All right, now that the bronzer has been applied, what do you guys think about the shade Buff as of now? All right, I am all about seeing if products can be used for a multi-purpose effect. That way we can save some money, so let's find out. So I'm going to apply a little bit to the eyes. I don't even have eye primer on today, so it's probably going to crease, but that's okay. I just want to see how the shade and the texture works on my lids. I believe orange is the opposite on the color wheel to blue. So if you have blue or green eyes and this bronzer does end up being a little bit on the warm orange side and you don't really like it for the skin, this might be a great eyeshadow color, just kind of a one and done. All right, let's put a little bit on the lower lash line. All right, you guys, I just went in with a little bit of the Essence Double Trouble Mascara. This tube is definitely on its last leg. I certainly need to replace it. It's looking a little bit clumpy just because it's old, so if my lashes aren't looking the best, that's why. So here's where we are at as far as the bronzer goes. So next, let's dip into the highlighter. You know, this almost reminds me of the Stila Heaven's Hue Putty Highlighters. You can see the indentation in here from the sponge. All right, so let's first test this highlighter out with a dry sponge. I might end up going in with my finger if it doesn't put down enough product. I really like that lit from within glow that a lot of highlighters provide. You know, I think this one is going to be more on the natural side, but let me try my finger next. This is so satisfying to touch because it's that putty formula. So this is a very almost dry putty formula. It doesn't feel hydrating, so this might be a great formula for those of you who have oily skin that don't like the feeling of a wet highlighter, but you like the glow. It does have a little mirror in here as well. You know, this little compact would actually be great for travel, and it's really convenient to have a bronzer and a highlighter. I don't feel like there's too many duos like this, so I like the overall design. I am excited about this shade. It does seem to be a good pearl shade for fair skin. All right, let's add a little bit to the bridge of the nose. Cupid's bow. All right, you guys, so first impressions, I actually really like the formula of both of these. Now, the texture of the bronzer is definitely giving me Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer vibes. The only major difference I would say is this one has a little bit more pigment. The bronzer has a very thin yet pigmented consistency, so I felt like it blended out on the skin very beautifully. It did not pick up any of my foundation, and I do find it has a slight blurring effect to the skin. Now, as far as this highlighter goes, I actually quite enjoy putty formulas in general because I find as someone with oily dehydrated skin, putty formulas really have the benefits of both a cream and a powder in one. So I feel like this little highlighter gives you the effect of that lit from within glow, kind of like that natural glass skin, but it almost has like a powdery finish. Now, I'm not sold as far as the pH changing to your skin color because I feel like it looks almost identical on the skin as it does in the pan. All right, well, I'm going to finish up the rest of my makeup, probably just going to apply lip gloss today, keep it really simple, and then I will see you here at the end of the night for my final thoughts and the wear test. Hi you guys, it's the end of the night. I wanted to jump on and do a final check-in while I still have a little bit of daylight. If I'm out of breath right now, it's because we have been jumping on the trampoline for about an hour straight, and you know, I'm not 20 anymore, so I'm getting a little worn out. So let's talk about this Beauty Blender Bounce Bronzer Highlighter Duo. So I think I mention all the time, first off, I do not typically prefer warm tones, especially since they often do pull very orange. So I'm not sure if it's because I'm just not used to it and it's something different and new and exciting. But you guys, I'm actually really enjoying the warm tone that this bronzer provides. So I would love to hear your guys' thoughts for what you think about this shade. Now, I don't feel like it did any sort of pH changing, so that's smoke and mirrors for sure, at least it was on my skin. I feel like exactly how it looks in the pan is how it looks on the skin. But that said, really like the shade of the bronzer. Now, what's really interesting is when I applied the highlighter inside in the studio, I felt like you couldn't see this highlighter at all. But now that I am outside looking at my skin, I really like how this looks. Is it on the natural side? Yes. But I feel like this highlighter gives that wet sheen look that I absolutely love. Now, I went into this really enjoying the texture and the formula, so I'm not super surprised that I really enjoy how it's looking on the skin now that it is the end of the day. But I am actually pretty shocked that I really like the shade of both the bronzer and the highlighter. So this little $32 bronzer and highlighter duo is definitely getting 2 thumbs up from me. So now I'm dying to hear from all of you guys down below. Did you notice that this product was available for a very short time? We couldn't find it anywhere and then suddenly it came back. Are you planning on picking it up? Have you tested it out? Is it a complete pass? Let us know all your thoughts down below. All right, well, I really enjoyed testing out this Beauty Blender Duo. If you all enjoyed the video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye, guys.